Okay, when I grew up, I remember not having a lot, appreciating what we did get. I had two older brothers. Mom and dad pretty much both worked. My mom was a stay-at-home mom at first, but then she ended up going into work as oh sorry, looking at the wrong place. She ended up going like being a part of PTA and all that. That's like, what is that called? PTA. Anyway, it's like parent teacher. Hell, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, she was a part of like the school and like did a lot of stuff with us in the school and stuff like that. PTA moms, and then like when we got in upper grades or whatever, she started working, and I mean, they did their best to support us, and we didn't get all kinds of fancy gadgets or anything like that. And I remember one time I wanted a beeper. Like, yeah, a beeper. And I guess I wanted like a pink one. And they got me purple. And they still had spoiled brats back then. Even though we didn't have a lot, I remember being a little and being like, I wanted pink. And you know what happened? Karma came and got me. You know why? Because they tried to end up, and it was a really cool beeper. I look back at it. It was purple, but it was still like, you could see the insides of it. Like, they did really good with it. It was cool. And so somehow somebody else had like the same number that I was supposed to have on mine. It was, I don't remember. But either way, I think my parents were like having so much trouble with it. And they thought, well, hell, little brat didn't want it anyway. And I think they just like got their money back for it. I never even ended up getting that beeper. They owe me a beeper. Think about that. Mom and Dad. Y'all took that damn Christmas present, never gave me nothing for it. Of course, I was the little princess. I was really sweet when I was little. I don't know what happened to me, but y'all, I'm freezing, so I got this blanket. Oh, it's not a blanket, it's a coat anyway. But I was really actually super sweet. Loved my brothers to death. My brothers always had my back. There's definitely a few times. One time, I'm going to tell you two bad stories about them. A bad story apiece, but they loved me and protected me all the time and spoiled me rotten. Still do. But one bad story, my brother Mark, I was sitting in they had like fold up lawn chairs, and I was sitting in it, and he was like, told me to get up because he wanted some little girl to sit in it. I was like, that half ain't get my damn chair, hell. And so he pushed the top of it up, and it squeezed my fingernail and took the nail off. He felt really bad afterwards. But yeah, I had to go to the hospital. Then my brother Mike, I remember one time, I called him an asshole. He called me and I called him an asshole. And he ran inside and told my mom I called him I called him an asshole. And she slapped the dog mess out of me. And I'm like, he called me and she's like, well, he said witch. Oh, hell no, he didn't say witch. But there wasn't nothing I could rhyme. I called him a basshole. You know what I mean? Come on now. She knew I didn't say no basshole. So, whatever. But other than that, yeah, I was blessed with awesome brothers. Like I said, they still spoil me to this day. So, I love my brothers. And I gave my brother Mike his first bloody nose. Family was close, big time. I don't really, we didn't come down to like, well, my dad's sisters were from Chicago as well, or not Chicago, but Illinois. They were more like in Streamwood and stuff like that, but my mom's family was more Bensonville, Berwyn, stuff like that. Definitely remember my mom's family a lot more growing up and hanging out with when I was younger. Still hung out with my dad's side too, my cousin Vanessa, my Aunt Teresa, and Aunt Becky and Lisa, but we definitely hung out with, I was definitely around my mama's side a lot more. Um, and then we moved to Tennessee when I was about 8.
What year?
My grandparent, which is 92, my dad's parent, mother and father and all them were already out here. Of course, none of my mom's parents, they're all about that, northern life. They would no way they coming down to Tennessee. But and then my dad's sister ended up following suit too. So like my dad's whole family lives in Tennessee, and my mom's all her family lives in Chicago, except for one sister. One of her sisters live in Florida. So, and then growing up here was a lot different from there. Let me just tell you. Here's a little tidbit. I am Hispanic. And my mom, when I was younger, I used to be like embarrassed about it. I had friends and some of their family and stuff, just different things, like almost made it like it was a bad thing to be Mexican. And they would make comments and say names and stuff like that. And so I would try to hide who I was. And I think about that now and I think, oh my gosh, I wish I could put myself now back then. Oh, we wouldn't have been friends very long. But anyway, because I don't roll like that. I'm proud as hell of who I am now, but that's one thing. But yeah, made a lot of friends here. Still have a lot of friends like that I grew up, pretty much went to school with, that I still talk to. Met my best friend in 4th grade, Jill. Shout out to you. We met in 4th grade. I remember, okay, we're going to just say it. So I remember Jill wanted me to spend the night with her. Y'all, this is kind of crazy, but like, we lived in a little old, like, I don't want to say rundown house. I mean, our house wasn't bad, but I mean, it wasn't nothing to brag home about. But, my mom kept it cute. And, I remember pulling up at her house, and it was like this big old house, like all gorgeous and stuff. And I don't know why it scared me. It like intimidated me. And I was like, I'm going to go home. I'm poor and they're rich. Why that happened, I don't know. I don't even know why I felt like that. I remember just like really wanting to go home. And she was just like, no, please stay, please stay. I ended up staying. But yeah, and we've been best friends ever since 4th grade. Wow. I wish I would have participated in more events. I only did choir. And then, then I ended up meeting the love of my life.
How many years later? And what year and where did you meet him?
I met him through a friend, Matt, and I met him. We got together in 2002. The year, like right after I graduated, we got together. And then, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, he got me pregnant. And I had Connor, the most precious little angel. That's a lie. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's my entire world. I had Connor. He's now 16. Oh my gosh, does time fly? I'm going to tell you 2 things. When your parents say, time flies, and you're young, you're like, no, it don't, it's dragging by. Boy, I know what they mean. Once you get older, you realize, like, holy crap, your parents are so right about so many things. It's crazy. I used to not have ever understand when parents would tear your ass up and say, it hurt me more than it did you. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. I'm over here crying, my ass is lit up. Don't tell me you're hurting more than me right now. But I remember one time Connor called my brother a real bad cuss word, and I lit him up, okay? And he was crying, and I remember dropping the belt like all dramatically and running out. And I was bawling my eyes out. My heart was broken that I had to whoop him like that. But guess what? He never did it again. So he needed that butt whooping. And that is a point. That is exactly what came to my head. This hurts me more than it does you. I thought, wow, there's one of those times they're talking about. No, but then I started, went to college, got my associate's degree. Should have went back. I took a break. It's been a really long break. And then started Head Start. I was a preschool teacher at Head Start for 3 months shy of 11 years. And I was ready for something else. Realized working with little kiddos wasn't for me anymore. Little precious angels. No, I miss my babies. I really do. And then, like a toothache. just crack them jokes. No, I'm just kidding. I really do miss my babies and my families. Ended up leaving there. I now work at Tennessee Homeless Solutions with an amazing group of people. Head Start had an amazing group of people too. So, and then Connor's now in the 11th grade. Okay, here's a really crazy thing. Connor's best friend, it started off with my brother Mark, my oldest brother, and his uncle Jerry being like best friends. Then me and Jackie, Corey's mama, were good friends in school. And then here's Connor and Corey. It's like been 3 generations. Would you call it 3 generations? Yeah, maybe. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. So, yeah. And then, right now we're going through the coronavirus. And we've all been locked
Please
up.
don't talk about that.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Cut it out. We can't talk about it no more.
No, because YouTube cuts it, takes your video down. Whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
COVID-19, coronavirus, they'll take it down.
I don't know.
They're
It's just
blocking videos now. They're very sensitive.
Well, probably so people don't get out in there and like put misinformation and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's what it's for.
Look, I'm a genius. No, I bet that's what it's for though.